morning to everyone. This is Shubhangi Rao, working as an assistant professor in Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering at MLR Institute of Technology. Today, we are going to discuss some problems on cylindrical coordinate system. In the previous session, we had discussed the problems on rectangular coordinate system, right? Hope that was clear. Today, we'll discuss some problems on cylindrical coordinate system. Okay. So let us just revise the formulas of cylindrical coordinate system, right? For details, you can go through the previous lectures discussed here. So that's the cylinder, right? This is X, this is Y, this is Z, you can take, okay? So again, we are going to consider orthogonal coordinate system where the coordinates are perpendicular to the axes are perpendicular to each other. In case of cylindrical coordinate system, the coordinates are R, phi and Z. Now what is R? R is the radius of the cylinder. Okay. You may take rho also in place of this in different places. We can somewhere see rho, somewhere we can see R. Both are correct. The thing is, the radius is R or rho. This is the radius of cylinder, right? So, next one is phi. Phi is called azimuthal angle, right? Azimuthal angle is the angle which is measured from x-axis in anti-clockwise direction. Means we can draw it anywhere from x-axis but in anti-clockwise direction. So this angle is azimuthal angle, right? And the last one is Z. It is the height of cylinder, so it is along the z-axis, right? Now if we see the ranges of these three coordinates are, because it is starting from origin, it is radius, so its range will be from 0 to infinity, right? Now if we talk about azimuthal angle, as I said, we are measuring this angle from x-axis in anti-clockwise direction and it is completing this entire circle. Means this entire circle is of 360 degree, means it ranges from 0 to 2 pi, 0 to 360. If we talk about z range, it will be extending from minus infinity to plus infinity. So these are the coordinates and ranges of these coordinates. Now if we talk about differential vector length in this cylindrical coordinate system, this is given by dl is equals to dr ar plus r d phi a phi plus dz az, right? We can find out the magnitude of this differential length vector, right? It can be written as in square root. So it will become under root of dr square plus r d phi square plus dz square. Now if we talk about the differential volume can be written as r dr d phi dz, right? Next, we will talk about differential surface areas. Just like Cartesian coordinate system, here also we will have three surfaces of cylindrical coordinate system. First surface is called r constant surface. As I already told, its coordinates are r, phi, z. So in case of r constant surface, r will be constant and remaining two parameters, that means phi and z, they can vary, right? So its value would be r d phi dz ar. Next one is phi constant surface. Phi constant surface means the surface which is fixed on some particular phi angle but remaining two parameters, means r and z can vary. So its formula is dr dz a phi. Next one is z constant surface. Z constant surface means the surface will be fixed on z axis, a value of z axis, right? And remaining two parameters means r and phi can vary. So the formula is r dr d phi a z, right? So this was a summary of the formulas of cylindrical coordinate system. Okay. One more formula, 2-3 more formulas are there which may be required for the problems. We can also convert cylindrical system to Cartesian system to cylindrical system, and the values are, suppose x, y, z is given and we need to find out phi, r and z. So we can use these formulas and these formulas. So just in case r, phi and z is given, we can find out x, y and z. So z will be same for Cartesian as well as cylindrical. X can be written as r cos phi, y can be written as r sin phi, and if we need to find out this r value, it can be written as under root of x square plus y square. To find out this angle phi, we can use this formula, tan phi is equals to y by x, or we can say phi is equals to tan inverse y by x, right? So these are the formulas. So here, if phi, r and z is given, we can find out x, y, z, and if suppose x, y, z are given, we can use these formulas and we can find out r, phi and z, right? Some problems may be based on these formulas also, right? Now, we'll discuss the problems. In this problem, one cylinder is given whose length is L and the radius is capital R. Okay, we need to find out its volume by using integration, right? So this is the diagram. You can see this is a cylinder which is of L length and its radius is capital R. This is the radius. Okay, now we have to find out its volume. As I already told, the formula for volume is dV is equals to r dr d phi dz for cylindrical coordinate system, right? So when we want to find out this volume, we have to integrate it. How do we integrate it? We can use this formula. Okay, it will be r dr d phi dz, and if you notice here we have the integration with respect to r, phi as well as z. So we will do 3 integrations. We will use 3 limits. The limit of r, here if you notice, the length r is given as capital R, right? So the limit will be from 0 to r. Now if we talk about dz, the length of the cylinder is given as L. So we will keep the limit 0 to L, right? And azimuthal angle, the range cannot be given. It should, the range in the question cannot be given. It will always, if it is not given, we have to take it as 0 to 2 pi, right? So that is how we need to integrate it, right? So here we have this value, this r component. We will integrate it with respect to dr, d phi and dz. Okay, so first we will integrate it with respect to r, so it will dr, so it will become r square by 2. Then we put the limit 0 and r, we get r square by 2. It will be basically r square minus 0 by 2, so we get r square by 2. Now this is a common constant term, so we will keep it outside. Now there is no quantity, so we will actually integrate 1 with respect to d phi, right? So when we are integrating 1 with respect to d phi, we are getting phi. The limit will be 0 to 2 pi, and again now we have 2 pi minus 0. So now what is the constant term came out? It is 2 pi r square by 2, right? Now again we have to integrate with respect to 1 we have to integrate 1 with respect to dz, and again we will get z and its limit will be from 0 to L. So again we will get 2 pi r square L by 2. So 2 and 2 will get cancelled and the answer is pi r square L, right? So here in this question we understood how to use this volume formula and we can find it by using integration after putting the limits, and we will get the answer, right? Let's take one more question to understand it in a better way, right? So here we need to calculate the total surface area of the cylinder having L length and radius r by using method of integration. Now again we can consider the same diagram here, same arrangement, whose length is L, cylinder which is having L length and the radius is r. But here instead of volume we need to find out surface area, right? So what we will do, we are going to consider the upper surface area. Okay, let's draw it here. Okay, so this is Z, this is X, this is Y, this is basically R, this is also R, right? So we are going to consider this upper surface area which is normal to AZ, okay, this area, right? So the differential surface area which is normal to Z direction, the formula is R d phi dr. So we will integrate it. S1 is equals to, it will be integration of R d phi dr. Now integration is with respect to phi and dr. The range of phi will be again 0 to 2 pi and r will be from 0 to r. So when we integrate it, it will become r square by 2 and limit is r and 2. So it will become r square by 2. Then we will integrate 1 with respect to d phi, whose integration is again phi and its limit would be 0 to 2 pi. And we are getting this surface area as pi r square. This is basically Z constant surface, right? Because we can see azimuthal angle phi and the radius is varying but Z is not varying, right? Now, the other area is this bottom, right? So it will be same as this top surface. So its value will also be pi r square, right? Two surfaces are completed. Now the other surface is the remaining surface, this part, right? Now this has to be calculated, right? So this will be calculated as this basically this surface area is considered the differential surface area which is normal to r direction, right? Anywhere here you can see r is in like outward direction. So we can say this surface area is normal to r. So its value will be, its formula will be r d phi dz, right? And this is r constant surface. So how do we calculate it? Integration of r d phi dz, and as it is r constant surface and integration is with respect to phi and z, the limits would be 0 to pi and the length of cylinder is L, so it will be 0 to L. Upon solving, see this r is constant, so we will just keep it outside. D phi and dz, how they would be solved? We will integrate one with respect to phi as well as with respect to z. So we can solve it as this will be phi and its limit is 0 to pi, and again this is z whose limit is 0 to L. So ultimately we get the formula 2 pi r and this is L, right? This is for S3 surface, right? Now in question it was asked that we have to find out total surface area of the cylinder. So to find out total surface area we need to use the formula S1 plus S2 plus S3. S1 and S2 are same, pi r square plus pi r square, and S3 is 2 pi rl. So when we solve it, we can see some terms we can take common. For example, pi r term we can take common, right? Actually 2 pi r square, it will become 2 pi r square plus 2 pi r l. So from here we can take 2 pi r common. So we will get 2 pi r into r plus l. This is the total surface area of this particular arrangement. Right, so I hope by understanding these two questions, the concepts of cylindrical coordinate systems are clear. How we have to apply these formulas to solve the numerical problems. I hope this is clear and I hope this is helpful to you all. Thank you so much.